What's up guys, it's Amir and this is my 3-year turkey hair transplant update. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's been already 3 years since I've gotten my transplant. It literally feels like it was yesterday when I got my transplant, but time goes by so quick. And if you haven't seen my previous videos, it's been quite a journey. I've been on trying to restore my hair since 2017, 2018, since I've been uploading on this channel. And it's been crazy to think that, I finally was able to, make something of my hair and stabilize my hair loss. My hair loss started basically when I was 19 years old. Basically, it started here at the crown area, and as the years went on, in the short years of 21 through 22, that's when my hair loss progressed even more, despite me using treatments like minoxidil, low-level laser therapy, finasteride, all that's the good stuff. And that was probably one of the more darker times of my life. And then at 24 is when I decided to get my hair transplant done. And I feel like now with these hair loss routines that I do, like finasteride and minoxidil and derma rolling and all those things, it has become so routine part of my life because I've been doing it literally since I was 19 and now I'm 27. So it feels like it's gonna be almost a decade of me doing these. But honestly, had I not done any of these treatments, I feel like I would have lost my hair already and probably would have been bald by now. But regardless, that's where I started. And when I actually went in to get my hair transplant done, my main area of concern was my receding hairline as well as the crown area. And then also I was diffusely thinning on the top as well. So those were the areas of concern that I wanted to get addressed. And after looking at my scalp, the doctor recommended that I get about 5,000 grafts transplanted on my scalp for this look that I have right now. I know in Turkey they do try to suggest a little bit of a higher number. They were suggesting like 6,500 for the most dense look, but I didn't want to over harvest my scalp in case I needed to get another transplant in the future. So we negotiated down to 5,000 and I was fairly happy with it. And they did also say upon inspecting my donor area in the back that I did have a lot of double and triple grafts, which meant that when my hair did grow out, it was gonna come out to be a lot thicker than the average person, which is when my hair does eventually grow out, which it did now, it's gonna give a very nice full looking result. This was great news because that meant that I was able to kind of future-proof myself. Even if I were to get a second transplant in the future, I know that my scalp or my donor area is good enough to support another hair transplant. But by the looks of it, I thought, honestly speaking, after my second year mark, I would go back into a dip of continuously losing my hair. But fortunately, that has come to a standstill because of the treatments I've been doing. And I think I've come to a point where I've actually even stabilized my hair loss. I haven't seen any hair loss in this past year, my hair, or the past 3 years even, after I got the full results of my hair transplant, and I've been nothing but stoked about it. Let me go ahead and give you a quick recap. This was my hairline. They redid the hairline over here. I'll put a picture of what my hairline used to look like, but they did some hairline reconstruction. You can still kind of see through the scalp, but it's really not as bad. I don't have to use hair fibers. There's literally no product in my hair. Let me, make it clear for those, like literally I have nothing in my hair. The density in the mid scalp, amazing. And in the crown area, you can see just a little bit of thinning like right over here. But obviously, again, as I said, nothing compared to how it used to be. I know my hair is kind of messy right now, but and I'm very happy with it. In fact, the funny thing was a few months ago, I actually did also shave my head to see how it would grow out. And again, even after doing that, my hair grew out perfectly fine. So this is not just a transplant. I literally shaved my entire head to see what kind of, growth I'd be expecting after the hair regrows. So this stuff like really works. And then also to give you a little quick background, I don't know if you guys can see this, my donor area in the back, I'll actually always end up getting a 0 low fade. And this is my donor area right now. I don't know if this camera is focusing, I can't even really see, but you can see there's barely any visibility of like scars or anything. There's a little tiny scars you can see in the back, but over the years it has come, definitely, I feel like it's healed quite a bit, and the scars are not as visible anymore. And here, let me show you the other side right here. This is after taking out 5,000 grafts from the back. And as I said, if I were to even grow up my hair just a tad bit longer, the scars are pretty much invisible, no problem at all. And I also, when I went to Turkey last year, I met up with my doctor just to see like, hey, what's going on? Like, am I still good? How's the hair loss going and whatnot? Just to get an update from a professional. And he said that if they wanted, they could possibly extract another 6,000 to 8,000 grafts more if they really wanted to push it. Obviously that included like, taking it out of my beard. Assuming everything goes to shit, I lose all of my hair, we can still pull out another like 7,000, 8,000 grafts to redo my hair. But again, luckily we don't need to do that. My hair has been coming in great, no complaints, and honestly, I'm glad I didn't wait any longer because I feel like right now it's like my prime years, if you want. I don't think it was my prime years, but I feel like this is the time when I really needed my hair the most. I remember when I was planning to get a hair transplant, I was 24. I was like, hey, I'm really gonna wait till I'm like, you know, in my late 20s or, you know, in my 30s till I get my transplant. I can probably just stabilize it with the treatments. But honestly, I'm so glad I did it because I feel like my face looks so much more proportionate, and I feel like I look my age. When I was 24, I basically looked like I was in my 30s. Now I'm in 27. I still feel like, you know, I look more appropriate to how old I am rather than the other way around. Another thing I also did when I was out in Turkey was I got LASIK done as well. Probably one of the best decisions of my life. I don't have to rely on glasses anymore, and having these two things done was a game changer for me, not just in terms of my confidence, but in terms of just the way I look and the way that I'm able to pretty much put myself together on a day-to-day basis. It's honestly been amazing. Now that being said, to maintain these beautiful locks, what am I currently doing? My protocol is very simple. Obviously, we got the finasteride to block the DHT. I'm using Growplex, which is my own brand of minoxidil, which also has some natural DHT blockers right now. With the Growplex also comes a derma roller. To be completely transparent with you, I don't use this particular derma roller. I use the electronic one because it's a lot faster. Doing so not just helps me stimulate some new hair growth, but also stabilize the hair loss. And those are the three protocols I'm doing. Also, yeah, ketoconazole shampoo. I've been stepping my foot off the ketoconazole shampoo a little bit more because right now, obviously, as I'm building a brand on this, this is the whole YouTube stuff that I'm doing, sharing my trend, is literally all for fun. Like, that's not my main thing. Like, I'm literally building a brand on pretty much hair loss products, and currently we're testing a lot of samples for hair loss shampoos, conditioners, oils, and other treatments that we're bringing down the line. So for the past few months, I have been kind of on and off with ketoconazole shampoo because we've been testing our own shampoos. Again, full transparency, but again, these shampoos have, you know, the DHT blockers and, you know, extra hair regrowth ingredients in there. So that's what I've been currently using, and my hair has been looking great, very voluptuous. None of the products are out right now, except for obviously the Growplex Vitafoam. Not sponsored, not telling you gotta go grab it, just being full transparent with you in terms of the treatments that I currently use. Yeah, that's what I use for my current hair loss stack, and I'm again really happy with how everything turned out. Just to give you a closer look at my hair right here. As you see, this is the full result, no hair fibers. And yeah, in terms of my future plans, I don't think I'm gonna get a hair transplant anytime soon. I literally thought when I was getting my transplant that I was gonna need another one in the next like 3 to 5 years. But after seeing how well my hair loss has finally stabilized, I don't think I'm gonna need another one for at least for the next 10 years. Hopefully, if I can just manage this look, I don't think I'm gonna need another one ever. But if I did, I would definitely still be going back to Turkey for it because these guys definitely know what they're doing. They have a great experience, great track record. You know, they get a good amount of patients per year compared to over here. So they've dealt with all sorts of situations, hair textures, hair types and whatnot. And I'll just go back to the place where I already went because I got already such a great result. But yeah, this is how my hair looks now, 3 years later. Very, very happy with it. Came a long way after, you know, all the struggles and, you know, all the photos. I would say probably the most challenging part that I'm sure even if you get a transplant that you're gonna face is gonna be the shedding phase. It's not the transplant. The transplant itself is not terrible after the anesthesia. It's not, obviously, you know, the aftercare, all that stuff is standard procedure, but the shedding phase is probably the hardest part because that literally looks like your hair transplant failed. Here's a few pictures of me at my shedding phase, and that's the process where you have to be patient throughout. Luckily I was able to turn around my hair growth at like the 5th month mark was when I started finally seeing some growth, but I have friends that have seen, you know, no growth till like the 7th or 8th month mark, and that's where you have to really be patient to let the hair growth cycle reset and run its natural course. After that, just going easy mode from there basically. If you're on the edge of getting a hair transplant done and obviously you have a proper protocol going in afterwards, I would highly recommend you pulling the trigger, and it's something that is honestly the best decision I've made for myself. Obviously, if you're young and you don't want it to affect your confidence, and you know you're not fine with just shaving it off and rocking the bald look, as I know objectively it doesn't look the best on everybody. If I were to go shave bald, sure, I can live with it, but I still know that I look better with hair, and if I can do anything that I can to get it back, obviously without compromising any any other parts of the quality of my life, then by all means, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And if you're on the edge of it, I would definitely recommend you pulling the trigger, whether that's doing it here in your home country or whether that's going abroad in a place like Turkey where you can get it done for a fraction of the price. If you want to go to the clinic that I went to, which is Vera Clinic, I'll have their information linked below. You can go ahead and contact them for your free online consultation, as well as if this is your first time seeing my videos, I'll link my entire hair transplant series, where I literally took you month by month from the date I got my transplant to all the months of the process of when I actually started seeing results. So that way you kind of get an expectation of, you know, what to expect for your own journey. Because had I had some videos like that back in my day, I feel like such an old person that back in my day, but had I had some videos like that back in my day, I feel like it would have definitely put me to a lot more ease. I kind of literally went into it blind after some Google searches and what to look out for in clinics, and luckily I was able to find the right people to get the job done and you know, not screw it up. So luckily I'm saving you the hassle of doing the homework and whatnot and giving you everything on a platter, as well as videos on what you can expect, so that way you have the information and the confidence to make the educated decision by yourself. So regardless, if you have been following me, let me know what you guys think about this entire hair loss journey, and if you also got a hair transplant, let me know where you are in your journey as well, and look forward to hearing from you guys. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.